welcome again to another episode. In this one, we're gonna be talking about the Greyhair Garrison. And unlike my expectations, they are actually a great unit with a very high potential. So let's break it down step by step. First of all, you need to know how to use their skills. So the skill number 1, you actually have to babysit them and calculate the distance very carefully, because every time you press it, they gonna go in the direction of your camera or the closest enemy to them and take a couple of steps forward. But when they do this, you see this yellow thing on them? This indicates the immunity to any crowd control effects. For example, an ult, for example, a cavalry charge, anything. They are immune to it during or while they have this yellow stuff around them after you press the skill number 1, which has a very nice cooldown. And by the way, even if they are knocked down to the ground and you press 1, they will go back up in no time, literally in an instant. So you can use this to counter any ultimates, like for example the short sword ultimate or the glaive. On the other hand, we have the skill number 2. The skill number 2 is perfect for holding the line in the formation of the arc. And be careful, it only works in the arc formation. So what I'm going to tell you is just time it. That's all you need to do. How to time it? Like for example, let's imagine you're being charged by cavalry. So your priority is not to use the skill number 2. It's actually to time the skill number 1 correctly, to counter and stop the cavalry. As soon as the cavalry stops, press 2. This will boost your damage and wreak havoc to the cavalry. And same goes for like facing advancing Imperial pikemen. You need to time your skill number 1, and then when the advance is about to be done, press 2. Just for the sake of stressing this enough, here's a fight in a clip where I use the skill number 1 in the wrong timing. For example, they're pushing, I try to counter it, I go in with the ult, and then this is the moment I should have used the skill number 1, but for some reason I didn't. The fight rages on. And you see this moment? This is the big mistake. I did press 1 at the wrong time, while the hammer is the mole just like crushing through my lines, and the enemy team is just like literally sticking to me. So there was no 2 steps distance, and by pressing 1 you break the formation. At the moment of breaking the formation, the unit loses its block value, so the enemy team can easily punch through. This is the mistake I'm warning you from doing. I mean, let's be honest here. You treat them as shields, so when the shields are broken through, they are dead, let's admit it. And especially this unit doesn't have any capabilities if the enemy just broke through and became, you know, like behind them. They have no escape. They can't even fight their way out, and they can't even brace to hold the remaining enemy. So, in my opinion, they are dead. That's why I want to make the enemy super regret even confronting me like this. And if you're asking, yes, shield maidens will struggle with them. Even berserkers can break through them directly, especially if they use their skills and time it well. Like for example, the berserker will jump on you, so just press 1. You have taken 0 damage from them and your block is still literally full. Then the berserker will go into rage. When they do so, just go into your last stand, and his berserkers are dead, like literally dead. Like no way berserkers can ever break through without help. while explaining the skills, we have the charge. All you need to know and remember while using the charge is one small thing. Go into the triangle formation and wait for this red flicker on them. Without it, the unit is not in the triangle formation yet, and so they will not make use of the buff. The charge is buffed when the unit goes into the triangle formation. And how do I know that my unit is ready and already gone into their triangle formation is by noticing this red thing. So in short, do the triangle formation, wait the red mark, then charge. And be careful because the charge range is not that huge, so do not overextend it. Now let's go versus ranged. So versus ranged, they are awful. Even their front line with the shields, they pass bullets. So try to avoid facing muskets or any other unit of archers. Last but not least, just to clear some misconceptions. They are not making use of the defensive buff or able to actually enter or use the skill number 2 till you see them shine in yellow while they are in their arc formation. And same goes for the charge. They will not make use of the offensive buff unless you see this red flicker on them in the triangle formation. If you don't see it and you charge before they enter this formation, you're not making use of their hidden buff. And that's it. Now I shall leave you with the Veterancy tree I decided to go for. These are simply the doctrines I'm using, and just for your sake to know, especially if you are new to the game, some of these doctrines actually come from the quests we get through the season. So honestly, I'm not pretty sure that these quests will remain even after the season is done. So if you are in this season, go to Lingtong, the city, the capital, and collect these quests and do them. Yes, if you are in any other capital other than Lingtong, you will not even receive these quests. So keep that in mind.
My mother told me someday I will buy galley with good oars, sail to distant shores.